Oh, you played with two Hall of Fame players. You played with Michael Jordan. You played with Patrick Ewing. Obviously, one was a big, the other was a guard. But outside of the positions that they're played, what are the biggest differences in Patrick Ewing and Mike?
I mean, Michael was more of a sexy player. He's a wing guy. He can rebound, bring the ball down, and make plays, and make things look easy. He's a bigger guy, running straight down the middle of the floor. Got to wait for you to bring the ball. You got to wait for him to get in the right position. So, I mean, it's like night and day. You know, I think that now is why you don't see a lot of centers in the game. The more everybody won't stretch fours, stretch five, can make the three. So it was a big difference. I mean, Michael was the it factor. Patrick was just a player.
But you said in the book, you said Michael is an A player, Patrick is a B player. We never had a true A player on the Knicks.
I mean, if you look at, like, most teams going to give somebody whoever the best, like the Knicks right now, Julius Randle is the A player, you know, because they don't have nobody else. He really a B player, but they don't have an A player. I mean, Patrick was skilled, can do a lot of things, but I think that once he got to the NBA, he didn't do the things he did at Georgetown for his physicality, you know. I mean, we played hard, you know, and kept ourselves in a lot of games and this and that. He got all the accolades, the dream team, all-star, all this and that, top 50 player of all time. I mean, like I said, you got to, like, draft these days. They got to draft somebody because they got to pick. But Patrick was good, but I mean, he wasn't a Keem, you know. A guy, Keem could carry a team and put a team on his back because he was so agile and he knew how, he was better. I think his IQ was better than Patrick.
What's your relationship like with Patrick? Are you in communication? Do you guys talk?
I mean, my relationship with Patrick, I took care of Patrick for 10 years. I mean, I had his back, was there for him. We did great things together, like with we went to 10 playoffs together in New York. We never could win the championship, but we got there, we couldn't win it. One thing really hurt me was with Patrick was when that thing happened in New York, he didn't come up to my rescue in no kind of way. And that's just kind of sad, you know, for someone to play together for 10 years. And I mean, maybe why I'm talking more about him now, because, hey, when you play with somebody for 10 years and give them your heart, so I sacrificed my game. I took less shots. I took charges. I dived in the stand. I mean, I did all the dirty work. And when someone did something to me, and you should know me, if you play with me 10 years and something happened, and if I call you and say I'm wrong, if I don't call you and tell you I'm wrong, you got to go to war for me.
Right.
Point blank.
You guys do make it. You made it to one NBA Finals, 1994. That was the weird year Jordan had stepped away from the game.
Right.
Do you wish you could have gone through Jordan to say put that to rest, because they say, well, yeah, you went to the finals, but Jordan was gone? And do you wish, what would you have done? What would you have liked to see the Knicks do differently? Because you had a 3-2 lead going to Houston.
Yes. I mean, it's come up a series that we was up 2-0 one time. I just think, you know, we got Pat Riley as our coach, and I think that we got caught up. I think sometimes Pat Riley got caught in the Phil Jackson motion and not the team. What we trying to do is win as a team. Right. And I think that hurt us a couple of times, but we was right there. But we know what, we'll never get the big bounce, never got the call.
Right.
And in this sport, you know that sometimes you got to get the ball, got to bounce that way, and a play got to go your way. We never got that. For some reason, I don't know, with the Minnesota Vikings, I don't know, the Buffalo Bills, but something, you know, these teams, Buffalo went, 4 years in a row, Minnesota Vikings went about 4 or 5 times. Sometimes it just ain't meant for you, but we was fighting for it, but what can you do? The ball got to go in to win.
Right. When you got traded from the Bulls to the Knicks, do you believe had you stayed on the Bulls, you guys would eventually win a championship like they did when they got caught right?
No doubt. With Michael Jordan and Scottie Mature and Horace, that team definitely was going to win. You can see it coming. Like a train down south, like they said, if you put your head against the railroad track, you know the train coming.
You hear it.
So you can hear it. So, yeah, I thought that team definitely was going to win. I don't know if it would have won 6, but it would have won 1 or 2.
If you'd have had the so-called A player in New York, do you believe you could have won a championship in New York if you'd had an A player?
Oh, yes. I think if Patrick would have played the same way he played in Georgetown, we would have won. I think he didn't bring that intensity on defense because, you know, on defense can determine how your offense gonna go sometimes.
Right.
But I think if he would have played the same way, goaltending, blocking shot, putting people on their back like Georgetown, we could have won one. But like I said, I think sometimes we settle too much. We didn't do the right thing sometimes in coaching. I mean, like I said, when we played the Bulls, most of the games came down to 1 or 2 possessions.
Right.
And then they said when that type of game, most time the team with the best player gonna win, and they had the best player.
You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and become an official member of Club Shay Shay, where we do something before 2 something.